All right. Looks like the live stream's going. This is going to be pushed to YouTube as a tutorial video on ARMA 3 mod signing, as the title states, obviously. The first video I did was quite a while ago, a little rushed. These will both be unscripted. I just sat down today. I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, about uploading an update, and this is it. Basically, the UI or the user interface of some of the tools have changed. So I'm just going to go through and quickly show you what they look like, how they operate, and I'm going to take a mod that I have in my ARMA 3 folder, copy and paste it, so I have two of them. Take one of them, decompile the PBO, delete the original PBO, take the files that I have now from the decompiled PBO, and then re-PBO them with the ARMA 3 tools. First and foremost, I want to suggest that you do not use any other tools for packing a PBO or signing a PBO. The ARMA 3 tools are made for ARMA 3 by the ARMA 3 developers. It works perfectly and flawlessly every time I use it. It has for a while. And the only times I've ever heard of people having problems, it was either a glitch with Windows or user error. The third would probably be if they use, again, a third-party program to pack the mod and then try and just use the ARMA 3 tools again to just sign it. So I would suggest, again, to just use the ARMA 3 tools to both pack and sign your PBOs, your mods, and you'll be very happy with the results. So first off, you have the game, and you're going to go to your tools section in your library, and you want to look for the ARMA 3 tools around samples and servers. You want to download that, which obviously I already have. So let's right-click and play game. I'm going to launch up ARMA 3 Tools Launcher. So this is kind of like a little UI that has all the individual tools that you can launch from right here. Preferences, etc. We're not going to look at anything around but these two right here. Add-on Builder. Click on it once and it will open up. And then DS Utilities. So we'll click on that once and it'll open up. So once they're downloaded, you just launch them. This is what you're going to get. And these are the two items that you're going to use for packing and signing the mod. The first thing you have to do when you want to pack a mod is you want to create your signature. And some people use just one signature for all of their mods. Some people create different signatures for each mod they're making. So if I'm, making a infantry, weapon mod, that one would have its own key, let's say, and then I make, a vehicle mod that has its own key. Some people just, use like a short acronym of their forum name or something so that someone can recognize to be theirs as their key. So and they use that across all their mods. It's up to preference. You don't have to do either or. You can you have to do one or the other. I mean you have to make a key to sign them with, but you don't have to do one or the other. So first off, this is it right. This is the area right here in DS Utils where you're going to create your key in the options section. It's private key. It's not too obvious, but it's private key. So if you kind of already know what you got to do, hey, that's private key. And what does that mean? I was like, and I guess it means new. I don't know. So I clicked on it and it's create key. So, bam, this is how you create your key. The folder is, I can't click on it. Sorry. The folder option is going to be if you already have a key that you want to designate be used. So I would go, I think it's installed here. Yep, Steam in my face, Steam apps, common ARMA 3 tools. Again, it's DS utils, but in the folders it's DS sign file. So it would be in here, and here are my private buy keys. I have 2 test ones that I've recently made. Unit SFX, a mod that I tweaked. I forget who the original mod maker is. Apologize. And then SLX, I was just tooling around with some files that a couple people ported over and just using around personally. Nothing that's going to be released, so don't get your hopes up. So you select your key from that option, and it would the URL would be here, and the actual authority of the key would be listed right here. So I selected unit SFX, and the actual URL is all the way. I think it's all the way to the back here, and you'll see unit SFX.private by key. So what I clicked on becomes the active key. So if I want to, create one again, I click on and let's just, mod sign toot. That's going to be the name of the key. So boom, it's literally this easy. Create key. It tells you, or it gives you a reminder, make sure to protect your private key well. Only public keys can be distributed with your content to the public. So that's just saying, remember, don't distribute your private by key, just distribute the .by key. Obviously, people will be able to fake that it's your mod. They can put out, like a malicious version of your mod or whatever they could think of. And they could use your private by key to sign it and put it out there as if it was your mod. And it would work for anyone that downloaded your mod because it's a copy of your key. Don't do that. Be very careful. So we've created a new key. And now I'm going to select it. Mod sign toot. Open. Boom. Mod sign toot, and here's the URL. All right. So I'm probably saying that wrong. That is the file path. Excuse me. So it's not a URL, it's a file path. So, anywho, past that nomenclature mistake, that's it. That's how to create your key. It's this little section right here. So then these little checkboxes are pretty obvious. Sign the file list. So whatever files are in this list over here are going to be signed when you hit the process file key. Override the signatures. If there are any existing signatures for the files that you've added in the source directory, they're going to be overridden. I think I just skipped that actually. So add the source directory. If you have a mod that's already built, you want to just sign it. This is how you would do that. You would use add a source directory. You'd look for the source directory, same as you would in the add-on builder. And then it would list the PBOs that are currently able to be signed. And then you would get an option down here to process the files. This would not be grayed out as it is. And then you would click on process files. It would sign them with your mod key. And then there would be a little debug output right here in this box, a little progress bar right here. And then at the very end, it would say the file signed, and then nothing to do, queue is empty. Something along those lines. Pretty much be like it is right now. But there would be files here and a little debug output right here. So that's DS utils. That's how you can sign and create a key for whatever you need, whatever mod you have, whatever you're doing. If you download someone else's mod and you're just, what I do often is just looking at I'm not the greatest. I can't make a mod. I couldn't make a mod to save my life. But what I can do is I can understand the language and look at what someone else did. And if I see a mistake or if I see something that I like and the license is open and I can edit it and share it, I'll edit it and possibly share it. If not, I'll just edit it to see if I can do it and test it in game and keep it to myself. So you could, if you have someone else's mod, you want to sign it for use on your server. You have, signature protected server. You could just do that and sign it with your key or whatever, and you'd be good to go. Now for the building part, you have made your key. You have it all set up. It's in the file. It's in the folder with all the other private buy keys. Now the add-on builder can do both things. It can both build a mod that's just in a folder structure, and then sign it when it's complete. So it kind of like basically negates the whole use of this at that point. So you don't have to, you can close this out if you're doing that. You don't need this at all. So we'll close the DS utils out. Now the add-on source directory is self-explanatory. It's an add-on source directory. It's whatever mod source folder you are working with. If you're working in some on your desktop or whatever, wherever the folder is, that's where you're gonna send this to. So to look to. So we're gonna go to my ARMA 3 folder, and I'm just gonna take a mod that I know I can copy and paste. That's small, TPWCAS. So we're just gonna copy and paste this, and then I'm gonna go in here, go into the add-ons folder. Now I have Eliteness, which is a tool by is it Mike or I can't remember their name. Again, I apologize. It's a third-party tool made by someone in the community, and I've set it up so that when I double-click on any PBO, it unpacks it. And it's extract PBO, excuse me. It uses Eliteness. It comes with Eliteness, but it's actually extract PBO.exe. So yeah, sorry. Extract PBO is what I use. And it's basically as simple as telling Windows, whenever you click on a file that Windows doesn't recognize, it gives the option of how you want to open it. And if you just link it to extract PBO and it's a .pbo file, it's going to dpbo that file so you can view it. And so there I have my folder, tpwcas. Now I can get rid of this, and here's my original buy sign. Now I have my folder, a nested tpwcas folder, and then all the files and data folder and config cpp is inside. So we'll back out and see we're just inside the mod folder. So that's that. We have a mod we're working on. We finished up. We want to test out a build. We have a server we want to test it on, and that server is signature protected. So we got to sign it, we got to get the key on the server, and we got to launch the server, etc. I'm not going to show you all that because I'm going to expect you to know that. I'm just showing you how to sign a mod. That's it. I guess and build it too. So open up your builder. You want to send it to the folder. You're looking at your source folder again. Back to the source folder issue. We're in Steam, ARMA 3, and we're working with TPWCAS. Close this out. We're in the copy folder, add-ons. You see that nested folder there. And we don't want to go into data. We want to click on that nested folder because that's where all the actual information is contained within the nested folder. Outside, it's just like it's nothing. It's just there's nothing there. Nothing there to compile. It's inside the nested folder. So you want to send the add-on builder to the nested folder, the actual source directory. You don't want to send the add-ons or whatever, the actual source directory, which is the nested folder for this particular mod. So we click on that and OK. So it's looking for TPWCAS. Now where do we want to output the two files that we're going to create? Where are we going to output? Desktop is fine. But if you want to keep things neat, you can go into the file that the source directory is in, which is what I commonly do. So go back to Steam, navigate to ARMA, ARMA, find the copy folder, and we're just going to put it directly in the add-ons folder. because at this point it's going to be a usable compiled .pbo. So, okay, and there we have the same folder, one using the nested tpwcas folder that it contains all the actual data, and one is the add-ons folder that we're outputting the add-ons file to. And you see down the next 4 options or checkboxes are a clear temp folder, which after it's done compiling, will clear the temporary folder. And I do that just so you don't want that folder to just keep growing and growing and growing. That's just like a given. And then sign the output PBO. This will not be available to you as an option unless you go into the option setting. And I'll click on that, and you can see it has a couple of options. List of files to copy directly. I don't touch that. These are texture files and 3D files. Path to the signature file. That's the file location on your computer for your private by key. So for this one, we're doing the mod sign toot. Boom. See it right there, mod sign toot. There's the path to the temp folder. That's just your regular temp folder, app data local temp. A project folder, I don't even bother with that. Same as the source directory. And then the author, use as default, which will be you, whoever's doing this work on the particular computer. And there's an exclusion list. I don't mess with this stuff. Use default, leave it checked. Okay. And then this checkbox here will be available to you, and I always leave it checked. Binarize, as far as I know, only works with certain files for me. I can't figure out how to get it to binarize everything. I don't think I'm not going to even touch that. That's data that I'm not really too keen on. As far as every time I used it, it would only binarize the config.cpp into a config.bin. All the other .sqf folders, files, will be left unbinarized. So I'm not sure exactly how to utilize that. So again, I'm just going to not touch that in this video. This is just for packing and mostly just signing your mods for key signature verified servers. Excuse me, I'm stumbling here. And then binarize all textures. Again, I'm not too keen on this, but if you have textures in your mod and you want to compile them into a smaller format or like obfuscate or whatever that word is to basically like secure, like add a level of security on so no one can decompile them and use whatever objects you created, you would binarize all textures. So we're pretty much good to go here. We have our source directory, our output directory. It's going to clear the files that were compiled previously, and then we're going to assign the output PBO using the key that we designated in this signature file right here. So you just click pack, and it's got a little debug output right here. It's not only debug output, it's just a little text, output text, and then build successful. Okay. We'll back out a couple clicks here, and we'll see our newly compiled PBO and signed, ready to go add-on. That's it. That's how it works. It's super simple. They did like an amazing job with making this like so easy for anyone to do. Yeah. So have at it, guys. That's literally all you got to do. Just download the tools from Steam in the tools section of your library. Launch it. You have all these options. There's Object Builder for making objects, I guess, and then Terrain Builder for making terrains. Game Updater for updating your game. I guess this is for publishing stuff to the workshop. Terrain Processor for, I guess, like processing, like I guess it's packing or baking it or whatever. text view for viewing texture files, FSM editor for viewing what a finite state machine files. I think that's what it's called. But file bank, the data packer. I don't really know what that use that, so I'm not gonna bother. Font to TGA, true type font. I don't know. Image to PAA. Oh, these are like this is like a conversion tool for converting like certain files to .paa files because .paa is I guess most efficient or is the like best use in the game because it's not like it's I don't know. Let's just say it's the most efficient picture to use in the game because it has less pixels to process or some shit. I don't fucking know. I sound like a moron right now, but that's fine because I don't know the details of that. But I just know that .paa is a format that is used most commonly in the game with the smallest file size and with a decent detail. So got that. There's all sorts of tools here, but you only need the add-on builder and DS utils to pack and assign a mod. So that's my rehash. Sorry I went off on a tangent. And good luck, guys. Have fun. See you out there.